Hi, I'm Eric Linter, and I'm going to talk a little bit about the September stars. It's September 9th here in New England, and tonight Mars is going to be turning retrograde in late Aries, 28 degrees Aries, in fact. And as it turns retrograde, it's locked in a square, a challenging aspect with the planet Saturn in late Capricorn, and also with Pluto in late Capricorn. And basically, this is going to ratchet up a lot of tensions around the world. It's generally recommended for all you generals out there, don't start a war while Mars is retrograde. You're not going to come out ahead. Let's put it that way. But for the rest of us leading ordinary lives or even extraordinary lives, it's a situation that really calls for careful planning. And the first step in a plan is knowing what you want to accomplish or achieve, acquire. Having a goal is ultra important. And because of this particular retrograde lasting a couple of months, this pattern of Mars testing the three amigos, right now Saturn and Pluto, a little later on Jupiter, Saturn and Pluto, this is going to continue literally into early 2021. And know what you want, be careful about what you ask for, be patient. Timing is going to continually be a big challenge, and we all have to guard against impatience. As the god of war, a male archetype, Mars can be aggressive. Saturn cautions and says, slow down, be methodical, be dedicated, be devoted. And in many people's lives, we're going to find that we're more able to harness these energies than might otherwise be expected. Remember, given the COVID pandemic, everybody's living under a greater level of anxiety and justified fear. Saturn, one of those death fear planets, being tested by Mars, again, requires caution, self-control, and ultimately good judgment. So this is a major theme of this month of really important changes. Mars is retrograde tonight, Wednesday the 9th. On Saturday, Jupiter comes out of a retrograde that's been going on since spring, and it's at 17 degrees of Capricorn these days. I fully expect there will be some good news over the weekend as Jupiter does its about face. This is a planet of spirituality, of knowledge, of politics, philosophy, and religion. Try and keep an open mind and, welcome divergent views. We don't all have to agree. In fact, we never will, but we can learn from each other, and it's important to respect differing voices and perspectives. It's an opportunity, really, with Jupiter being the first of 6 planets that are going to be retrograde for a few days late this week. Jupiter breaks that spell, and for folks who have been in a holding pattern or feeling stuck in various places in their lives, we're going to see over the next 6 weeks or so a definite sense of building momentum and change. So one of the things that has made recent months so daunting is the fact that we've had 5 planets retrograde. And key in that picture are Jupiter, Saturn, and Pluto, this tight grouping in Capricorn. I mentioned that Jupiter is coming out of the retrograde on Saturday. That's here in New England, Saturday evening, the 12th. And at the end of the month, on the 29th, Saturn ends its retrograde period. And this represents really a sea change. Subtle, but, and sometimes it could be dramatic. Things are so heightened and over the top these days. But usually when a planet of this magnitude changes direction, it's a process that takes, several days, if not weeks, before it really feels like it's back on the move. But with commitments being one of the key features of Saturn, and remember the karmic implications of Saturn as well, expect certain people to be taken to task for basically breaking their word or violating other common sense laws, rules, and codes that we all live by. We have a challenging square between Venus in Leo and Uranus that's impacting our love lives, and for some people, their cash flow. That will peak on Tuesday the 15th. Treat your loved ones with due care and, be attentive, but understand that not everything can be a case of instant gratification. Fortunately, the Virgo sun this part of the month is harmonizing with Pluto and Saturn and forming trine aspects next week. On Monday the 14th, the sun trines Pluto, and on the new moon day of Thursday the 17th, we see the sun in a trine to Saturn. So again, these are indications that a productive potential exists, being able to take care of material plane matters, really tuning into the fruits of the earth. Remember, Virgo is the harvest sign, so we have an element here of steadfast kind of building progress. It may be slow and incremental, but it's still progress. And the actual new moon will be at 25 degrees of Virgo, again in a trine to Saturn at 25 Capricorn. A very auspicious omen, by the way, for the latter part of the month as we build from the new moon to the full moon. That's the time when you want to be starting new projects, and that's basically the green light day, the cosmic green light on the 17th of September. Over the weekend, especially on the 20th, mind your manners. Mercury will be testing Pluto, and this is Mercury in Libra, which tends to be somewhat tactful and diplomatic, but with a square to Pluto, people may be surprisingly sensitive. And again, Sunday night is probably crunch time for being tactful. The actual square between Mercury and Pluto will be exact just after midnight on Monday the 21st. Mercury then tests Saturn on Wednesday. And again, Saturn has a limiting, sometimes depressing impact on Mercury. Focus on positives. Really, be disciplined. Make your mind think a corrective thought if you fall prey to any kind of negativity. We're dealing with a waxing moon the last few days of September, and some mixed trends really round out the 28th, with Venus in a trine to Mars Monday night. That's the 28th. It's a great omen for relationships, especially between the sexes. Then the following day, Mars is retrograde and squaring Saturn. Again, a big slowdown, danger, roadblocks ahead. Proceed with caution on that day. The 30th is largely productive, especially into the early afternoon. The morning and early afternoon is the best part of the day for taking care of various commitments and work-related business. And we'll be in October looking at 2 full moons. So there's actually a full moon October 1st. Definitely we will feel that on the 30th of September. That evening, catch a moonrise. It's going to be a jolly good show. And I'll talk more about that in my October report. So thanks for tuning in today. And remember, keep looking up.